or whether you're deeply passionate about a particular topic or a subject, I think eventually this will become, I think it is an eventuality that we come face to face with this instance at some point or another. And it is very important to actually just think about this and ruminate. So, how it happened for me was when I was operating my gym. And my passion was in coaching. I wanted to help people. And the reason why I wanted to help people was because I came from a certain background where I wasn't, I don't have any form of guidance in terms of my fitness. And so when I found what I thought was the answer, I wanted to help people to achieve what they said they want. But without knowing, I started to become very judgmental of people, not just of the people who I help, but other people who are providing help. I started to become judgmental about the methods because why? Because it's natural when we are passionate about a subject, we will talk about effectiveness, right? So I did a lot of research, and there's many times where I felt that my methods were superior, somewhat impose, criticize, make mention of the different inadequacies of approaches, and more and more into criticizing rather than empowering, more and more towards condemning rather than every like you can talk to me about many subjects in life, but when it came to the subject of my passion, I became this bitter. Is my line very bad? For some reason, it's just not connecting very well. So I started to become bitter, bitter, to the point where the people who I try to help are also the people who are avoiding me. What I mean to say is a source of misery towards myself as well as to other people. And I'm well aware that there are many of you on my Facebook who follows my posts, who are deeply passionate about subjects, about topics, whether it is spirituality, whatever it is that you are passionate about. I feel the need to share how easy it is to fall when we are speaking from a position of pride. How easy it is to fall from pride and due to pride. Because when we are passionate about something, we want something to happen. We want more and more things to happen. And that creates a strong attachment towards that outcome, that particular outcome, to the point where even when people aren't resonating to our methods, we are so passionate, we ask ourselves, why can't they just understand? Why can't they get it? So we push and we push and we push, and the more we push, the more people pull back, to the point where people start to ignore us. And so that passion towards something became a source of misery, or even if it has got nothing to do with human, right? That famous H.G. Wells, he was in depression most of his life because he was deeply passionate about writing. And his work was recognized after he died. And, throughout his whole life, he was so harsh on himself. At first he was just saying like people don't understand. So he keep on going on and just try and try and try and try and try. And people continue to not get it to the point where he started to question himself. So even if, let's say, when he questioned himself to the point where he died broke, right? Such an amazing novelist. He died broke. And so what it means is that even for a topic of passion where it's got nothing to do with reaching out to other human beings, it's the same. It's the same. We are able to become miserable just because we are attached to a certain particular outcome. And what is sad for me is there are a lot of people who I see who are absolutely incredibly dedicated to the topic of impact, fighting for a cause and whatnot. But telling people off is not the kind of it's not the kind of method that works very well. It is not the kind of method that works very well. It turns people off rather than enrolling people. So sometimes when we are telling people off, we gotta ask ourselves, we gotta understand. Hi Zena. We gotta understand. Are we sharing what we share because it is what we need to do? Or are we sharing what we share because it is something altogether? When I'm sharing something which I think people need to hear, it is something which is for them. It is coming from a place of service. But when I'm sharing something that I need to share, it is not coming from a place of service. So as an example, this Facebook Lives that I'm doing, this is not a thing of service. This is me fulfilling my need, right? But the thing is, I'm fully clear about that, and that's why I'm not attached to results. But for people who are out there spreading a particular type of message, if you want the message to be heard, position where they need to what they need to hear right now, or what they want to hear right now. Hi Luke. I feel there's something wrong here, so I need to talk. We're not particularly serving them. And that is when we realize this, when we understand that, okay, I am speaking from pride now, then this passion turns into a purpose. With the example of veganism as an example, my post the other day, for out of nowhere, some vegans decided to jump onto my post and started commenting all the things about rape and murder and all of the stuff to promote their agenda. And as I see, after that post, so many people contacted me. They PM me, they talk to me, they say like, these vegans are nasty. You see, what happened was that they are speaking whatever the derogatory terms that they give to non-vegans, to meat eaters, all the criticism, all the judgment that they directed to the rest of us who are not vegans. It wasn't seen as something which is graceful. It wasn't seen as something which is nice. And in fact, it turns people off from being vegan. Because we humans are social creatures. Only crazy fools like myself don't care about fitting in. But many people care about fitting in. And they want to be seen with the group that looks good. So when a particular group of vegans go around criticizing everyone else, going from how do I put it, post to post, condemning people, people automatically associate this group of vegans with something nasty. So that is not effective. So I said to them, I said that veganism is gaining traction. It's gaining traction because the awareness is out there. More and more people are hopping onto veganism. That's true. And meat eating is not sustainable. That's also true. Many things are very true. It's just that people need time to change. So I hold that it is only through acceptance and understanding that people change, not through criticism, rage, and hate. No. Violence begets more violence, even if the violence is non-physical violence. So when we speak, are we speaking truly from a desire to create impact? Or are we speaking because we need to feel good about ourselves? Is it that do I want the appearance of doing good? Do I just want the appearance of being a martyr, of self-sacrifice? Because that is simply indulgence. To criticize a situation without doing anything about the situation is only an indulgence. That's my opinion. To criticize someone without trying to understand them is also an indulgence. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel that we have done certain things. But ultimately, we have accomplished nothing. Because the more we criticize others, the less others want to hear what we have to say. So it is an exercise in futility. It is an exercise that feels good for the ego, but it does nothing in the larger scope of things. So when we truly understand the distinction, the difference between passion and purpose, when our passion turns into a source of purpose, we will find that we are willing to do the things that we had never thought we could before. Courage to walk in the shadows, in the valley of risks. Other people dare not walk. It is not through rage and hate and criticism and judgment that the world will change. No. It is through acceptance, love, compassion, understanding that the world will change. And if we are truly convicted in our cause, we must absolutely find the courage to go among the people, to be among the people who we want to help. So vegans, surrounding yourself with other vegans who continue to criticize religious people, who also criticize non-religious people, that's not going to work for you too. To coaches, fitness coaches, to surround yourself with other fitness coaches who criticize unfit people, that's not going to work. It is only through that courage that we are able to go into the opposite, go directly to the kind of people who we want to help, be there, look and understand and stand in their shoes and understand their suffering that they are going through, and understand what kind of pain is making it so difficult for them to adopt what we can easily adopt. And it is only then that we are able to find the catalyst of change within them. That's all I have to share for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that was valuable. I'm not sure how it was. It was probably just a rant. But if it is, tell me. Say something. Alright, that's all I have for today. I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning for Journal with Me. I'll be deep in my thoughts. But I'm very happy to have concluded a certain experiment I have done over the past few weeks. Much lesson have been learned.